Issue 13. Murphy's Law. I don't know who Murphy was, but everybody knows his law. Whatever can go wrong will. It never fails. Physicists can fudge Newton's laws. They can fiddle with laws by Boyle and Mendel. But nobody can get anything past that Murphy. Just look at the various astronaut accidents. The crews and flight controllers practice for every eventuality over and over again. All of the systems are doubly and triply redundant, so if something fails, there's a backup to the backup. Unless the weather and all other conditions are absolutely perfect, the shuttle won't even take off, even if the scheduled liftoff is only seconds away. And yet, despite all of these precautions, every few years something terrible happens. It's because of the inexorable nature of Murphy's Law. Whatever can go wrong will. It's too bad that there isn't a corollary like, whatever can go right will. Sometimes we get lucky, and some nice things happen to us by chance, but it's a hit-or-miss type of event. There are lots of really good right things that I've dreamed about my whole life, but not very many of them have actually happened. But I'm sure that I've suffered from all of the bad consequences of my carelessness or of just being in the wrong place at the wrong time. Whatever can go wrong will, and always at the worst possible time. What does it mean? 1. Nobody can get anything past that Murphy. 2. Doubly and triply redundant. 3. A hit-or-miss type of event. Comprehension. 1. Can you express Murphy's Law a different way? 2. Who is Murphy? Does the writer know?
Teen Talk. One. Do you believe Murphy's Law is true? Why or why not? 2. What's the difference between a jinx and Murphy's Law? 3. Why does Murphy's Law seem to describe a true condition? 4. Do you have any observations of your own that are similar to Murphy's Law? 5. Give examples of how life does not seem to operate according to logic or reason based on the expressions above. 6. If someone believes in Murphy's Law, do you think he is more likely to be a pessimist or someone with a sense of humor? Defend your opinion.
More talking points. 1. Toothaches tend to start on Saturday night.
What does this mean? Why is that a problem?
2. It's always my partner's fault.
Why do many people blame other people instead of seeing their own faults?
3. If you change lines, the one you just left will start to move faster than the one you are now in.
Is it always true, or do people just routinely guess wrong?
4. No matter how long or how hard you shop for an item, after you've bought it, it will be on sale cheaper somewhere else.
Is this true? Why or why not? How do you feel when this happens to you?
5. If your condition seems to be getting better, it's probably because your doctor is getting sick.
Can you guess why that seems to be the case?
6. Nobody notices the big errors.
Does anyone pay attention to the little mistakes? Which is better, correcting the big ones or the little ones?
7. Anything good in life is either illegal, immoral, or fattening.
Can you illustrate any examples of these things?
8. Win or lose, you lose.
Do you understand what this means? Please explain it in your own words.
9. The chief cause of a problem is some solution.
Give an example if you can.
10. The only imperfect thing in nature is humanity.
Attack or defend the statement.
11. You can't tell how deep a puddle is until you step in it.
What does it mean? How is it different than, we don't know how strong a wall is until we break through it?
12. The least experienced fisherman always catches the biggest fish.
Is this the same thing as saying the slowest runner always wins the race? How are the two situations different?
13. Whenever a superstar is traded to your favorite team, he fades. Whenever your team trades away a useless no-name, he immediately rises to stardom.
Is that true? Why or why not?
14. The grass is always greener on the other side.
Does the person on the other side think so too?
15. When an error has been detected and corrected, it will be found to have been correct in the first place.
Do you often experience this phenomenon when you take tests? How do you cope with it?
16. A good plan today is better than a perfect plan tomorrow.
Do you agree? Why or why not?
17. Washing your car to make it rain doesn't work.
Do you think it always rains right after you wash your car?
18. The more boring and out of date the magazines in the waiting room, the longer you will have to wait for your scheduled appointment.
Is that true? What do you do when you wait?
19. He who hesitates is lost. Look before you leap.
Can these two proverbs be reconciled? Which one gives better advice?
20. If you like it, they don't have it in your size. If you like it and it's in your size, it doesn't fit anyway. If you like it and it fits, you can't afford it. If you like it, it fits, and you can afford it, it falls apart the first time you wear it.
What experience does this describe? Do you think shopping is easy? Why or why not?
21. The snorer is always the first one asleep.
Would the noise keep others awake? Give similar cases.
22. Never get excited about a blind date because of the way the other person sounds over the phone.
Have you ever been disappointed on a blind date? What went wrong?
23. Don't worry over what other people are thinking about you. They're too busy worrying about what you are thinking about them.
What does this mean? What aspects of our characters does it indicate?
24. If people listened to themselves more often, they would talk less.
How often do you listen to yourself? What have you learned as a result?
25. If the facts are against you, argue the law. If the law is against you, argue the facts. If the facts and the law are against you, yell like crazy.
Do you think yelling helps you win an argument with your friend? If so, how? If not, why not?
26. 1. That's the way we've always done it. 2. No one told me to go ahead. 3. I'm waiting for an okay. 4. That's his job, not mine. 5. Wait till the boss comes back and ask him. 6. We don't make any mistakes. 7. I didn't think it was very important. 8. I'm so busy, I just can't get around to it. 9. I thought I told you. 10. I wasn't hired to do that.
Who usually makes these kinds of excuses? Do you know why?
27. Love letters, business contracts, and money you are owed always arrive 3 weeks late, but you get junk mail the day it was sent.
This isn't really about mail. What phenomenon does it actually refer to?
28. Everybody is somebody's weirdo.
Explain what this means. Do you think you are a weirdo?
29. No matter what they're talking about money.
What if we said love instead of money? Would it still be true? Can we substitute any noun, or is money the only one that has meaning in reality?
30. To make an enemy, do someone a favor.
Explain when this is true. Does it happen frequently?
Opinion samples. 1. I don't understand why things always go wrong. Or rather, I do understand it's because nobody ever does the hard preparation and thorough follow-through to accomplish the task. I keep coming this close to doing something, and someone else just needs to do one simple thing to finish it, and he doesn't manage to do it, so I'm left holding the bag despite all my effort. People need to be more conscientious and persevering.
Questions. 1. Who do you think is at fault? The person who wrote the paragraph above or someone else? What is the basis of your opinion? 2. Are conscientiousness and perseverance the only qualities that lead to success? Which is more important? 3. Is life predictable? Why or why not?
2. When I was 10, I used to play basketball with my dad. He always won, no matter how hard I tried. He never even broke into a sweat. By the time I was 20, he had to strain to keep ahead of me. Now I'm almost 30, and the roles are reversed. He can never win anymore. It just goes to show how practice and perseverance will eventually allow you to gain the upper hand.
Questions. 1. What does irony mean? What is ironical about the statement above? 2. Name some things that you mastered after great diligence. 3. Is there anything that you have not yet succeeded in despite much effort? Dialogue. I hate it. Every time I try to take a bath, the phone rings. I have to hurry out of the shower, grab a towel, and drip water all over the floor, just to have the other person hang up before I can get to the phone.
I know you're on the phone a lot, but aren't you exaggerating? Every time?
Maybe not every time, but often.
How often? Once or twice in your life?
No, a lot more than that.
I'm sure it happens once in a while, but it can't be a common occurrence. Unless you take lots of baths every day and use your phone constantly. You just notice it when it does happen because of the inconvenience.
But didn't I hear you say last week that every time you washed your car, it rained? That's just as silly.
Yes, it is. But I didn't mean it. I just said that in jest. Honestly, I was just looking for an excuse not to wash the car.
You washed it anyway, didn't you?
Of course I did. The car needed a good washing, so I had to do it.
As I recall, it rained the next day. You could have waited.
And now I have to wash it again because of all the dirt and dust the rain brought.
So, do you think that your washing the car really did bring the rain?
No. I'm sure that somebody is washing a car every day, and it still doesn't rain all the time, does it? And I've washed my car many other times when the weather stayed as dry as a skeleton. There's no logical connection at all.
That may be true in your case, but I still believe that people wait to call me until I'm in the shower.
Questions. 1. Just because A happens and B happens afterwards, does that mean that A caused B? Give some examples. 2. If your phone rings when you're taking a bath, what do you do? 3. If you watched a television show instead of studying the night before a test, and you got a poor grade the next day, would it be the fault of the TV program? Read and discuss. There is no Murphy's Law. We have to be prepared for success. Otherwise, when we get an opportunity, we are likely to fumble it. Take, for instance, the lottery. I have a certain set of numbers I play routinely, like clockwork. My numbers are not special in any way, and they are not better than any others. And I know that in any given week, the odds are greatly against their being picked. So I don't expect to win right away. But the odds are even worse if I choose different numbers every week. Sooner or later, my regular choices have to win. It's just a matter of time. They may be unlucky for 1,000 weeks, or 2,000, but on the 1,001st or 2,022nd week, they will come up according to the laws of statistics. So I would restate Murphy's Law as follows: whatever can go right eventually will. When I take a multiple choice test, I never go back and change the answer unless I realize that I read the question incorrectly. It's not because I believe some variant of Murphy's Law, such as I always change the right answer to a wrong one. It's because, though I don't quite know the right answer, I know enough to eliminate one or maybe even two wrong choices. Then the odds are pretty good at getting it right just on the basis of eeny, meeny, miny, mo, and I can usually make a pretty good guess. I don't always get the right answer, but I get it often enough to make a big difference in my grade point average, and Murphy has nothing to do with it.
Questions. 1. According to the essay, what is the secret to winning a lottery? 2. When does the author change answers on a test? 3. What does "on the basis of eeny, meeny, miny, mo" mean?
Pictures talk. One. Questions. 1. Some people have continual good luck, while others have constant bad luck. Why is that? 2. What was the luckiest thing to happen to you? What was your worst luck? What happened? 3. Do you think luck plays a big role in your life?
2. Questions. 1. Do you think winning a lottery is just luck or due to someone's effort? Explain your answer. 2. Describe what you think would happen to you if you were a big lottery winner. 3. It is said that more than 80% of lottery winners end up with a bad outcome. Why? What would you do to prevent it? What's your advice? 1. I'm too fat. Even my boyfriend thinks so, though he says that's okay. So I have gone on various diets. I got real weak on the last one, and I started exercising too much too. As a result, I injured my legs and was hospitalized for a month, and in the hospital, I got even fatter. And that's when my boyfriend left me. What's wrong with me? Why am I the way I am? What can I do about it?
2. Why can't the world be perfect? Take my family, for example. My father is very patient with me, but he is seldom home. My mom is home all the time, but she's a stern disciplinarian. My two younger brothers never listen to me, but I know they both like it when I help them with their homework. I can't figure out my sister at all, but I guess she's okay. So why can't all of them have only good qualities? Why do they have to have bad qualities too?